Hey everyone, my name is Matt. Welcome to my shop. Today is February 13th. It's my weekly shop update. So I have a bunch of little things going on this week. First off, how about this guy? I finished up the carving, or the drawer front, whatever you want to call it, the fan carving on one of the drawers for the Highboy. So I still have one more to go. This guy right here. Stay. But wow, but this took like a lot of cleanup work to get it looking, somewhat decent-ish. So I'm pretty happy with this result. This is going to be the lower drawer, so when you see it, it's going to be like down, way down there. This is the one that's going to be at eye level. So this one I want to get like as good as possible. So that one still needs like a ton of cleanup work. I think this took me like 2 hours just to clean up this with some hand sanding, and it was super tedious and super annoying, and I could not do it all in one sitting. So the other thing going on in the shop is these little serving trays. So I showed these things a couple weeks ago, maybe. They were just some firewood that I had, and I got these all finished up this week. So I have this larger one, and it just looks really awesome with these little burl kind of things going on in there. And then here is a smaller one. I also had a piece of walnut that I found, so I got this kind of thing going on as well. So these are super cool. It was nice to just get out here and do something quick. I already edited most of that video. I just have to shoot the ending to that, and then this little video will be out. But yeah, super fun and quick project. It's just nice to be able to do something that you could like take from start to finish in not that much time, which is a nice change of pace, especially for me. So over here on the assembly table, I have the slab for the first waterfall table. This is all flattened, and I got all of the epoxy work just about finished on here. So I was really happy and pleased and surprised with like just how awesome the overall color and shape and everything is going to look on this one. I was kind of thinking this is going to be like the more boring one, but it does have some really cool curl and this crack here that I filled with epoxy. So it's got this cool kind of zigzag thing going on here. And I do have some blue staining here because the next slab in the stack had some, I don't know if it was like wire or nails in it or something. So the iron in there reacted with the wood, and you get this cool staining effect in here, which I think is a really cool effect as well. And then down here I have a bunch of curl and just really ridiculous figure. So just for fun, here's some mineral spirits on there. Hopefully it isn't too much glare on the camera. But there's some really cool figure in here and all of this curl through here and down here as well. So this is going to be pretty awesome. So since I used this fancy bit to do all the surfacing on this slab, I thought I'd give you a few initial impressions with this guy here. So one thing that I knew kind of going into this bit is the inserts that come on here are supposed to be for MDF, or at least that's what they say they're for. So I was kind of curious to see how long the cutting edges on the stock inserts actually last. And I got about halfway through the second face of this slab, and I had completely dulled one of the faces on the carbide inserts, the top ones at least. So I've already rotated them once, and I was in the middle of servicing this one. So at least at this time, a lot of people said like, oh, there's 4 sides, so it means it lasts 4 times as long as one of these. Well, this has done way more than what one edge on here actually did. Like at least 4, let's say it's 4 times more. So these, as far as wear life goes, are comparable. I did order their inserts that are for hardwoods and surfacing, so that's another $30 on top of the $175 investment in the bit already. So I'll compare those and see what the life is on those inserts as well, and see if they provide a comparable wear to something like this. So as far as cut quality goes though, I'd say it's probably about the same. A lot of the dependency on the quality of cut you get depends on how perpendicular you're able to get the bit to your whole apparatus, and that's going to dictate how many like track marks you're going to get, And even if you have a bit with the corners knocked off, like a bowl bit, basically you still get an undulation in your cuts. These won't get a line, but that still needs to be taken out with some surfacing or sanding or planing or whatever. So this side I sanded with 60 grit, got all the tear out, but this is what the surface looks like right off the router. So not too bad. There is a small track mark on here, but again, that's more due to the imperfections in my router sled than the actual bit itself. A true kind of indicator of the cut performance is going to be how much tear out there is, and there is, pretty much none, which is what you would expect anyway from a sharp bit regardless. So I was also able to get the drawer bottoms all glued up for the highboy, so these are ready to go into the drawers probably tomorrow. But I'm really happy with the way this birch turned out. It's just absolutely beautiful with all its color, and especially like the pinks are just incredible. And then I have this one that has some crotch figure in here, which is just absolutely beautiful. And then over here on the table saw, I have the slab that's going to be the top of the outfeed table. So I started on that outfeed table project kind of by filling in some of the voids and defects in the slab with some epoxy. So this thing is ready to go over onto the flattening table whenever. I think I just did the last fill on here, so this thing should be good to go whenever I feel like making a mess again. So that's what's happening in my shop this week. Let's take a look at some viewer projects. First this week is a baby bed by Fabien. The frame is made from beech and is assembled by the 8 keys on the sides, which are made from apple wood. The slatted base is made from spruce, and the whole thing is assembled with dowels and glue. It's finished with beeswax, and 4 of the front slats can be removed so the baby can access the bed alone. Next is a watch box by Aaron. Aaron made this for his cousin for finishing his apprenticeship. The box is walnut with maple inlaid dovetails. All the joinery is hand cut, and Aaron says it was very tricky, but very worthwhile. Next is a Nightstand by Brandon. It's a live edge walnut slab with a butterfly inlay and a small maple drawer with a live edge drawer pull. Last this week is an entry table by Zach. It features a floating top and exposed interlocking tenon joints. It's made from walnut and hard maple, and this was a Christmas gift that Zach made for his mom. Zach also has an album showing the entire build process, and I'll leave a link to that down in the description. So a few announcements and events to share with you. In April, the weekend of the 20th is Fine Woodworking Live, and I'll be going to that. Bought my ticket a couple weeks ago. Looking forward to that. So hopefully I'll see a bunch of you there. I'm looking forward to just attending a show as an attendee. It should be kind of fun. And then the following month in May, the 5th and 6th, I'll be at Makers Central over in Birmingham in the UK. That's going to be a fun time as well. Lindsay's going to be coming with me, and then after that show, we are going on vacation. We're going to Italy for a week, so that's going to be nice. We haven't gone on a vacation, like the two of us, probably since we had first gotten married, so it's going to be nice. I'm looking forward to that quite a bit. And then lastly, in April as well, is the Minnesota Woodworkers Guild Northern Wood Show. Got that all out. This year I'll be submitting the highboy and probably one of the waterfall tables, if not more than one waterfall table, if they'll have more than one. I just wanted to mention that because at this point you still have time to build something if you want to enter. So if you're in the, I think it's open to anyone in Minnesota or surrounding area, any member of the Minnesota Woodworkers Guild or non-members pay a little more for the entry fee. But if you're interested in having your work on display in that show, definitely check it out. I'll have a link to that down in the description. I've done it for the past 2 years, so this is my 3rd time entering. It's a really fun experience to have your piece on display for people to come look at, and if you want to have them judged, that's available as well. So it's a really fun experience to kind of have your work out there with everyone else's, and you get to meet a lot of people that are also in the show showing off their work. So definitely a good experience. So you don't have to have like super ridiculous awesome work either. If you're still just getting started but you're proud of something you made, definitely don't hesitate to submit that. It's open to everybody of all skills and all that. It's fun. So I think that's about all I have for this week. Thank you as always for watching. I greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments about anything I talked about today or anything here in my shop, please feel free to leave me a comment. I'll always be happy to answer any questions you might have. And until next time, happy woodworking.